Okay, so now we're moving on to multiplication of decimals. So there's a few steps here that we need to follow. We'll discuss those as we do the question. So first question is 12.6 multiplied by 7. So step 1 says get rid of the decimals. So we'll do that. So 12.6 becomes 126 multiplied by 7. So there is no decimal for 7, so we just write down the number 7. Step 2 is multiply. So we go ahead and we multiply these numbers. So 7 multiplied by 6 is 42. So 42. Now, in subtraction, this would become the number 42 here, but not in multiplication. So basically, when we multiply, we don't make a new number here. It's still the same number. So 7 multiplied by 2 is 14, and then we add this number here up on the top. So 7 multiplied by 2 is 14, plus 4 is 16. Okay, and then 7 multiplied by 1 is 7, plus 1 is 8. Okay, next step, this should be number of decimals in the original question for both numbers. So we look at the original question, and we can only see one decimal here, so the 0.6. Step 4, from right to left, jump the number of decimals. So we start at the right, and then we jump the number of decimals. So we only need to jump once. So then step 5 is write the decimal sign on the last jump. So this is our last jump here, so we write the decimal sign here. So our final answer should be 86.2. Next question, 3.26 multiplied by 0.4. Step 1, get rid of the decimal, so we'll do that. 3.26 becomes 326 multiplied by 4. So step 2 is multiply. So 4 multiplied by 6 is 24. 4 multiplied by 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. 4 multiplied by 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13. Okay, so step 3, count the number of decimals in the original question. So we'll look at our original question. We've got 1, 2, 3 decimals. So step 4, from right to left, jump the number of decimals. So we start at the right, jump once, twice, 3 times. Step 5 is write the decimal sign on the last jump. Our last jump is here, so this is where we write the decimal here. So our final answer will be 1.304. Next question is 0.4629 multiplied by 2.6. So first step is to get rid of the decimals. So we'll do that. So 0.4629 becomes 4,629 multiplied by 2.6, which becomes 26. Step 2 is to multiply, so we'll go ahead and do that. 6 multiplied by 9 is 54. 6 multiplied by 2 is 12, plus 5 is 17. 6 multiplied by 6 is 36, plus 1 is 37. 6 multiplied by 4 is 24, plus 3 is 27. Okay, so we've multiplied all these numbers here by 6. Now we need to multiply all these numbers here by 2. So before we do that, before we multiply this second number here, we need to put a 0 down here. Okay, now we can go ahead and start multiplying by the number 2. So 2 multiplied by 9 is 18. Remember to ignore these first numbers we did over here. So just disregard those. So we can cross those out now. So we were up to 2 multiplied by 9 is 18. Then we go to the next one. 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 2 multiplied by 6 is 12. And then 2 multiplied by 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Okay, so now we go ahead and we add all these numbers here. So 4 plus 0 is 4. 7 plus 8 is 15. 7 plus 5 is 12, plus 1 is 13. 7 plus 2 is 9, plus 1 is 10. 2 plus 9 is 11, plus 1 is 12. Okay, so we finally got there. So this is our number when we multiply these two numbers. This is our final answer. So we've done step 2. Step 3 is count the number of decimals in the original question. So we'll look at our original question. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decimals. Step 4. From right to left, jump the number of decimals. So from right to left, we jump the number of decimals we counted. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Step 5 is write the decimal sign on the last jump. So last jump is there, we put a decimal sign. So our final answer should be 1.20354. Okay, so your homework for what we learned so far is on page 227 of your textbook. And I want you to do the second and third columns for each question 1, 2, and 3. So these ones for question 1, and these ones for question 2, and these ones for question 3.